Hello, Jesse McDougall here. Another book review. Haven't done one, I think, in a week or so. Just been busy with work and whatnot. Don't make money from this, but it's just a passion project, and I'd like to keep continuing with some of the things that I find across in my journey that definitely have value and you'll learn from, but you necessarily don't make money from it. But follow your passion projects, right? So the next one is book 2 of the trilogy from Ben Kane's fictional trilogy on Hannibal Barca, not Silence of the Lambs, Clarice. It has nothing to do with that kind of retarded mode type movie stuff. This is actual real history. So this is from about 2,200 years ago. Hannibal Barca was one of the greatest military generals of all time. I definitely would love to sit down with some actual real historians and just get a conversation going and across all different types of military history. And this is quite the wild story. If you don't know about Hannibal Barca and the Carthage and Rome, Italy history, it's pretty wild. It's called the Punic Wars. Dan Carling actually covers an amazing, just absolutely amazing podcast on Punic Wars 1 and 2, I believe. This is the second Punic War. I'll give you a quick brief history. So Punic Wars 1, don't quote me, it might have been 250 BC, when Carthage, which is North Africa, they had the largest navy fleet in the world. They controlled the Mediterranean. Rome, power hungry, money hungry, country of ambitious men. They went to war with Carthage. They actually lost the first time, but then they learned, because Carthage's fleet was, shoot, man, right in the middle of my book, freaking damn. I'm just gonna turn this off, and I just hung up on the dude. All right, so yeah, I just wing these things. I'm not planning or scripting anything. So yeah, Punic War 1. The first year, Rome lost, I believe, to Carthage. Carthage had superior technology on their boats. Rome got defeated, but they learned about their technology of the boats. So what they did is they went back, they took their licks, built a whole Navy fleet. What they actually did is they built this thing on their, I don't know what you call it, like a bridge on their boat. So you got two boats coming like this. They would normally, shoot cannons, or not cannons, there's gunpowder wasn't invented then, but they would just ram into each other. They're called triremes, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But so what the Romans did, they invented this catapult bridge. It went over and it had a spike on it and just planted on there. And the Romans would then go over on the ships with their gladiuses and just kill everyone. And I think something like a lot of people died, 80,000 people. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't studied that war down to the level that I'd like to, but yeah, that was just devastating. So Carthage lost its entire fleet. Rome just took over the Mediterranean Sea. They took over the island of Sicily as well, which was huge for grain supply. And that's what started the whole, that's how Hannibal came in. Hannibal's father, just a pure hatred for Rome. Hannibal's brought up from his father hating Rome. His life was to defeat Rome. So he had no navy to take an army back and go to war. So he took his army all the way around North Africa. And eventually he sacked a city, which was apparently, nobody ever thought he would do that. Is it called Saguntium, I think? Yeah, Saguntium. Saguntum. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But then he ended up crossing the Alps with 100,000 troops, 35 elephants, and this was in the middle of the winter in the Alps, 2,200 years ago. Insane, absolutely insane. So once Hannibal got into Italy, he actually won 3 battles, 3 huge wars. So they got out of the Swiss Alps, and I think a few days later, or a week, they got into their first battle with the Romans. They won. They came down to Lake Trasimene and won another devastating war, totally outnumbered by the Romans, but they won through military skills. And then they went all the way down to Cannae, and they won another huge war battle, I should say. And that was the biggest battle, the most bloodshed from humans was spilled on the earth that day. That's why Ben Kane calls it the Fields of Blood. Most human bloodshed in one day until the machine gun was invented in World War I, which is absolutely crazy. This is 2,200 years ago. So yeah, I'm just starting the third book of the trilogy. I rated this book 5 stars, and I just flew through this book in 5 days. It was just, the pages kept turning. There's a little part about like a side story, like more of like a romance side of the novel, which is, I'm going to say, this is not just about brutal men fighting for war and stuff like that. It's kind of like, I would say, kind of like a novel, a little romance component to it. So it's not out of the realm for females to read by any means. Same with Ben Kane's Spartacus novels. I read those as well, and they were really good. I haven't done a review on them yet, but I will at some point. Anyways, Ben Kane's novel, really enjoyed them. Can't wait to start his third one. And yeah, any questions you have, thanks for the questions so far in the comments. Some people like these reviews. So yeah, pretty good. Any other questions, let me know. Take care.